So we put together a panel, over 200 reporters, editors, producers, and analysts, people who know the NBA backwards and forwards, and asked them to rank players based on their predicted contributions for the upcoming season. And they are announcing them sporadically, right? We listed the top 100, I think, players in total. And today I received 10 through 6. So 1 through 5 has not yet been released. So the top 5 players in the NBA have not yet been released. But what was in my email today was that Kevin Durant came in at number 8, and LeBron James came in at number 6. 6. LeBron James is now deemed the 6th best player in the NBA. Now, they haven't announced the top 5 players, but there are 5 who are missing. You don't have to be a genius to figure out who the 5 are if you want to. We don't know the order, but the 5 are going to be Giannis, Jokic, Luka, Steph, and Joel Embiid. Those are going to be the 5. So those 5 players are better than LeBron James. And here's what I will say to that. What exactly is it you're looking for? If you're looking for season-long contribution, then you're not going to get an argument out of me. But that's not what I look for in a player. What I'm looking for in a player is which player being on my team gives me the best chance of winning the championship. There's only one objective any team that has any of these guys on it has, and that is winning a title. And I would argue that LeBron James is definitively higher on this list if that is your criteria. And again, to me, that is the only criteria worth having. So before anyone gives me a skeptical response, let me ask you a question, Hembo. If your goal is to win the championship this coming year, and I said you could either start a team with Nikola Jokic or LeBron James, which would you choose?
Nikola Jokic.
You're out of your mind. If I told you your goal is to win a championship this year, and you could start a team with either Luka Doncic or LeBron James, who would you choose?
Luka Doncic.
You're out of your mind. Steph Curry.
Steph Curry.
Joel Embiid.
Joel Embiid.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
You have no problem with the 5 names that are ahead of LeBron.
I have no problem.
Jason Tatum is also ahead of Kevin Durant. You have no problem with LeBron and KD being as low on this list as they are.
No. The question was, which player will be better this season? We're forecasting what's going to happen. Those players are aging, and those players both have massive question marks around them. We're projecting things forward. LeBron James, the Lakers were outscored when LeBron James was on the floor last season. He and KD are still going to put up numbers, but using your criteria to win a championship, I don't think the Lakers have any shot. I think the Nets are a much further long shot than, say, consensus thinks.
Okay. If you took Luka Doncic off the Mavericks and put LeBron James in, do they get worse?
Yes.
Their chances of winning a championship get worse?
Their chances of winning a championship get worse.
See, the only players that I would say that about that are on this list right now are Giannis and Steph. Those would be the 2. Because what Steph does is so singular. It's so unique. He's so incredibly valuable based on what he does. And then Giannis is the best player. Giannis is top to bottom the best player. He does everything for that team. And again, I think he would be the 2-time defending NBA champion right now if he had not
started a week ago. So Austin Coletti and Drew DeArmond will have that game for you on the air and on our primary stream. Wow, Madison Academy is on Zone 2. At Madison County with Steve Moulton and Glenn Laird. The Woody Anderson Ford North Alabama Scoreboard Show with Scott Tyson will begin on the Blitz at 8:30 tomorrow night. Then move to the air after the Buckhorn game. Now, coming up in a few minutes, you are going to get the advice of Steve Merrill from Pro Sports Info ahead of Beat the Big Dog this week. We'll talk about the games that are coming up this weekend. Maybe you can learn something that will help you in tomorrow's Friday Trifecta as well. I'm going to leave that for the guys tomorrow. I was going to add that to today's show. I am going to leave the Friday Trifecta for the guys tomorrow. Remember, the first hour of the show tomorrow is wide open. So you'll be able to get your picks in on the Friday Trifecta. And then you'll have Lee Sterling, and then you'll have Alan Bell. So I'm going to leave that for them tomorrow. It will get posted. You can use the text window. The text window stays the same. You use the text window to make your picks tomorrow, right up until kickoff. It'll be posted on all our social at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. In fact, I think I'm going to join you guys for a few minutes at the top of the show from the hotel in Nashville. Is that okay, Grizz? You all right with that? Okay. I'll just jump in right at the beginning of the show from the hotel in Nashville, and then you guys can take it from there. Have a blast. Some disturbing news this morning. It's bothersome to me. This is disturbing news. For the first time ever, an alumni from our annual Abraham Turkey Bowl has been popped for substance abuse by the NFL. Rams tight end Bryson Hopkins, son of Brad Hopkins, who as a kid played in our Turkey Bowl. Bryson, not Brad. Well, Brad played, but not as a kid. You know what I mean? Has been hit with a 3-game suspension. My guess is that it's PEDs, because I can't see Bryce doing any recreational type drugs. And they changed the marijuana policy, so it's got to be PEDs. But there you go. There you go. We have had 3 NFL players and 1 NFL GM play in Turkey Bowl in the past. Al Smith, Brad Hopkins, Bryson, and Bears GM Ryan Poles. Bryson played when he was like 12 or 14 years old. Ryan was around 7. And Al and Brad played after they were retired, of course. Former Titans captain Jake Locker and Colin McCarthy were scheduled to play one year, but McCarthy had a cushion and Jake wanted to go like deer hunting. I think he's still in the woods. He's still just somewhere out in the woods. Bryson went on to Purdue. Didn't even like football. He quit football when he was like a 7th or 8th grader. He didn't even really like football much. He wanted to be a basketball player. Ended up playing tight end in high school. I didn't even think he played his freshman year. I think Bryce played his sophomore, junior, and senior year as a tight end and a defensive end, and he ended up at Purdue. And then he ended up a 4th-round draft pick. He really had a great Super Bowl last year. He had 3 or 4 key catches in the Super Bowl last year. He had one like 20-yarder over the middle on a game-winning drive for the Rams. Now he's been popped. Over there in a little glass room with the slanted ceiling, playing the Platters That Matter and the Stacks of Wax, answering the phones, keeping us on the air. It's the one and only Coach Chris.
Who in the blue hell are you? What is your name? It doesn't matter what your name is.
I'm the producer of this show. If I didn't step up, you're nowhere. I put this thing together on a spit and polish.
I think this is one of the traits of a really good producer. Keep the talent happy.
I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew. That Tom. Hey, Tom.
Testosterone high today. Testosterone, whatever the f*** it is.
It really doesn't matter what you think. It really doesn't matter what you say.
Any of you play sports?
You know, Grizz, my sons are idiots. You know, you're like one of my other sons. You're like my 5th son.
Well, I'm not that smart, but yeah, go ahead.
6th, 7th, 8th, 9th son.
Yeah.
You know, when you
Something
count
like
everybody
that.
else that are
5 and a
sons
half.
of mine. You know, all these other, my sons-in-law. My sons are idiots. Okay, my oldest son, we'll start with him. My oldest son is running around yesterday trying to find
Sounds about right.
dress clothes for my grandsons for the wedding. Okay, yesterday. This wedding has been planned for 15 years. He's running around yesterday trying to find a white dress shirt for my 9-year-old and my 7-year-old and my 4-year-old grandson.
I thought it was all black, so I thought they were waiting.
Well, black pants, black shoes, white dress shirt, black tie.
Oh, okay.
I actually want to wear a black dress shirt. My wife
That
said
should be
no.
easy to find. Easy
You
to
would
do.
think. They went to the Walmart. He went to the Marshalls. Honestly, I think he found them online on like Walmart.com and has to pick them up tomorrow before the wedding.
Good.
I mean, are you kidding me? It's a day before the wedding, and he's like, I gotta run around and find some clothes for the boys.
You could just go to the Halloween costume store in the mall and probably get like vampire costumes or something like that, and you'd be okay with that too. It'd probably be a little pricey, but I mean, it'd probably be there.
He's picking them up tomorrow. Tomorrow's the day of the wedding, and the wedding is like 4:30 in the afternoon. It's not like the wedding is tomorrow at midnight. It's 4:30 in the afternoon. All right, so that's idiot son number 1. Idiot son number 2, right?
Yeah.
Very successful. He's got all kinds of properties. He's a general manager of a building company. All this kind of stuff, right? 25 years old,
busy man,
extremely successful guy, great athlete. I just got a text from him when I'm on the air. As if he doesn't know when I'm on the air. He apparently doesn't know when I'm on the air. He rents a freaking house from me. Okay? He sends me a text at 10:03 this morning. This is idiot son number 2. What time is all this stuff tonight, and where is it? Are you friggin' kidding me?
Did he not get an invitation? Was there no invitation?
He's got an invitation. The invitations came months ago, and it says on the invitation, Nashville Preservation Company on the river, 6:30.
I'm kind of bummed out by that because I never saw the one from my own sister. Like I never
really?
I never
You
saw
never
the.
got
Yeah, I never
you.
saw it. Yeah, she probably didn't. I just showed up.
Maybe didn't even invite you.
I
to
mean,
her
I
wedding.
just had all the same.
If you didn't get an invitation, I didn't look at. My wife and I did not respond.
I just showed up on the rehearsal.
My daughter's wedding invitation. You were supposed to go to some website. They got like a website for their wedding. You go to the website and you have to answer like a bunch of questions. What your height and weight is, what your social security numbers. I don't know, and then answer whether or not you're coming to the wedding through the website. You got to do it through the website. I called my daughter. I said, "We'll be there."
Scan the QR code.
Yeah, she's
go to
like,
this website.
Have you gone to the website yet? She keeps asking me, have you gone to the website? And I said, honey, I mean, I don't even, well, you got an invitation to go to the website. And I'm like, I can't go to the website. So she invited, I don't know what she did. She sent it to Thomas Abraham instead of Tom Abraham. Didn't spell. I don't know what she did. I just told her, I said, look, your mother and I are coming to your wedding. For God's sakes, I'm giving you away.
That should be enough. That should be enough of that. That's it.
Goodness gracious almighty website. My mother, my 83-year-old mother, she figured it out. She went to the website and said that they're coming. Tonight's quote-unquote rehearsal dinner thing,
hangout,
130 people for tonight's thing. Ridiculous. So son number 3, knucklehead, long-haired, freaky musician that works at Jack Daniels.
Nice.
Yeah. That kid, he says to me, all right, I can leave at 3:30 and I'm going to go check into the hotel, and then he's not going to make dinner, but he'll be there at the cocktail party at some point in time. Where is it? Another one. Where is it? 23-year-old knucklehead. And then there's Captain Cool, my baby son. My baby son, Captain Cool, who decided last night that he would stay overnight in Huntsville after his show. He had some things to do in Huntsville.
I heard he got scared.
And he would stay overnight in his, of course he has a Mustang, but he also has a Expedition. He bought our old Expedition from us. He calls it the Shag Wagon. And he turned the back of it into a bed. It's got, the back is all down. It's got
like
the
an RV.
bed.
Yeah.
It's got lights in it. It's got the netting like for the windows and all this other kind of stuff.
He's got a little setup, nice little spot.
All set up in the Shag Wagon. Decides he's going to spend the night last night in Huntsville. So what does he do? Now, in the past, he has parked it out at the ballpark in Madison. The ballpark parking lot's huge, right?
Yeah.
Out at Toyota Field.
Yeah.
He's trying to get an apartment there in Huntsville. It's very difficult.
It's pretty bad out there.
Hard to find an apartment.
Southeast Huntsville is growing and stuff has gone up, and even my apartment's gonna go up. It's not looking good for me in a year.
His budget is like $800 a month or something, and he's trying to find it like in a 2-bedroom apartment for.
Yeah.
So he decides to park the Shag Wagon last night in the parking lot at the radio station. Why not? It's the radio station. It's no big deal. Nobody's there. He'll just leave it there and shack up there in a shag.
Yeah.
3 o'clock this morning, the Huntsville City Metro Police Department shows up.
All right.
Knocking on his window.
I did not know this.
No, I'm telling you to start out. You guys got to kill him.
Because I got a phone call at 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Really?
And I guess he had gotten scared where he originally was. And I guess
he didn't like
he had
was
moved.
in a bad spot.
He had moved.
Yeah, he moved his house.
I won't say where he was because I know where he was.
He moved his house to he moved his house to the radio station.
I might get questioned here in a few minutes.
So 3:30 in the morning, there's Metro Police knocking on the window. knock,
Yes.
knock. You can't sleep here overnight. It's at the radio station.
Go inside. You have keys. You have keys.
Right, he could have went inside and slept. He could have went and slept inside the radio station. He could have went on the floor in the radio station and slept inside on the shag carpeting.
And nobody would have said anything.
Nobody would have had a bathroom. Nobody would have said nothing. He would have had a bathroom. He could have watched TV.
I told him I think it's like $15, $20. You can go up to Montesano and park at one of the primitive sites.
Well, he went up to some
They have a
mountain, but
shower.
he
didn't go to Montesano. I know where he went.
He didn't like where he... Hey, John! See if I can get him in here. He didn't like where he went. Why didn't he just go inside?
Yeah.
And take his pillow inside and sleep on the floor at the radio station.
I mean, there's 2 couches that you could probably curl
Where
up
are their
into.
couches?
Downstairs in Wes's office.
No,
Don't tell Wes,
no, you can't go in Wes's office.
No, not Wes's office. I'm talking about...
No, not down there. We don't want him sleeping down there. If he was going to shack up anywhere, he'd have to shack up. I got a.
There's a nice floor. There's a nice carpet up here.
I got one of those portable cots.
Yeah, you think they're... Yeah, we really do need a cot up here instead of those plastic, containers that you have up there or whatever it is.
I asked him. I said,
we can turn them into a cot.
I said, A, did you tell the cop that you worked there? No. I said, B, even better, did you tell the cop
I'm sorry,
that
John.
your daddy is the big dog? All right? I mean, did you drop my name there?
Who?
Could you at least tell the cop, hey, my father's the big dog?
Huh?
Yes. That's what he needed to say. He needed to say, my father's the big dog. And when he wakes up at 3 o'clock in the morning, what did he look like?
For me, you're somewhere between a cockroach and that white stuff that accumulates at the corner of your mouth when you're really thirsty.
Yeah, right. He looked like that. And it's just mind-numbing. I have 4 of the dumbest offspring in the history of the world. I'm going to go talk to the Junkyard Babe. I'm going to talk to her about this because there's no way these are my kids. She's got some splaining to do. I mean, are you kidding me? If they didn't all look so much like me,
oh man,
I would not think that they were me.
Yep, I'm flying through the air. This is not good.
No.
I did not know for the life of me that, yes, he got
run. So this morning, my wife and I get up and we go out to the kitchen and there are 2 greasy pizza boxes on the counter in the kitchen. And we're like, they weren't there when we went to bed last night. I mean, that's the way it is. That's the way it is at our house. That's the way it is. They just come and they go and they all have keys.
Like cockroaches.
They just keep coming back and forth and back and forth. Everybody wants to walk in. I go downstairs the other day. There's a big ass van parked in my yard out in the grass. I'm like, it's my daughter's van. I'm like, what? Why is your RV? Why is your RV parked in my yard? Oh, we had to take it. We had to pull it out of the driveway at the Smyrna house because your Uncle Mario is coming with his bus, his Prevost bus, and they're going to park in our driveway. So Uncle Mario and Aunt Joanne, they need a place to park the bus. So I said, will somebody tell me? No, I got to move the thing to cut the grass. I mean,
that's good. I'm sorry, John. I even said something about that because the first location, most definitely the cops would have rolled up on him and probably said, hey, you're not
Why didn't he
supposed
go
to
up to Montesano for $15?
I think it's I don't remember how much it is, but you can go up to the primitive sites. I think you have to schedule it beforehand.
You've got to schedule it. I don't think you just pull in there.
You
There's
can't
nobody
pull
at the gate.
Well, there is the park ranger or whatever who is they're literally, when you drive up to the left, when you pull into the place, there's a park ranger, the person that controls that whole area that lives in one of the RVs up there. So But you're usually, like I said, it's you have to schedule it. So, but I would have told him that before. I told him that beforehand, but that he probably could have pulled it off, at the time he had. But I mean, I feel like he wanted to do it more laid back. And like you said, he came to the station and sat in the parking lot. All you got to do is go upstairs. There's a nice little carpet you can lay on. So
he may have had company.
I may not have came up here and done that because I didn't have heat one night, or I didn't have air conditioning one night.
He may or may not have had company.
I mean,
that may have been an issue. I don't know.
I mean, not adults, but be respectful of adults in the station.
He could have been out of there at like 6.
Be respectful of the office manager that has to come in behind you, I guess.
Yeah.
How about that?
Well, yeah.
And knowing the dark history of this, and knowing the dark history of this addict, of this place. Who knows
Has it got a dark history?
It's got some weird. It's got some weird.
Oh, really?
Stuff.
There are sounds and
before
stuff
we
at night?
before we moved in, there's creaks and moans.
Really?
Yeah.
I know about that.
There's a shower between our door.
Did you hear that Huntsville's professional soccer team, basically the AAA affiliate of the Nashville MLS team, and I use that term loosely because Nashville's MLS team is like a AA team, you know that. So, but this is the minor league team to it's the highest level of soccer we got in America, but we know that it's not, that it's not like what the Premier League is. But in any event, call that knucklehead. Do you have his number?
Who, John?
Captain Cools? Yeah.
Yeah?
Call him right now.
Why wouldn't I have John's
Apparently
number?
he's not. Let's call him up and break his stones. Call him.
You got
up.
a caller on right now waiting, too.
Right, I'll talk to the caller. You call him. Killing me. Absolutely killing me. Let me talk to the Philip. Philip, what's going on?
Well, it's a lot, but that was very interesting, Tom. I love when you have Tom's storytelling time. That's what makes you the Messiah, Sports Talk Radio.
Yes, you have to say of Sports Talk Radio. I actually got a complaint from a listener about that open when, say, back 15 years ago or 13 years ago or something, when I got to Nashville, Philip called the show and said, "You are the Messiah of Sports Talk Radio." And they worked it into the open of the show where he says, "You're the Messiah." And then we just like clip after clip after clip. And there's a listener that actually that sent a text message and said, that's blasphemous for you to refer to yourself as the Messiah. And I said, no, that was Philip saying that I was the Messiah of Sports Talk Radio. I am not the actual Messiah. You know what I mean? I'm not the second coming of our Lord Christ Jesus. I'm just the Messiah of Sports Talk Radio. So that's important.
Exactly.
Did we get that right? What else?
On a serious note, tried to hit you up on this yesterday. So let's harken back, if you will, not too terribly long ago. The year was 1998. And all of these networks, Fox, ESPN, Sports Talk Radio, they made billions off of baseball, off of Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, later, Barry Bonds.
Yeah. Put their head in the sand. Yeah.
In 2022, which, what is that, like
25 years.
4 years ago?
25 years.
Here's my question. Has anyone asked Aaron Judge, are you taking steroids?
He's been tested. They're tested. He has been tested.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Can we get that information from the sports media widely broadcasted to its fans that this is happening?
You mean that he's clean?
All I'm hearing is we don't want to talk about that.
I have not even heard a whisper that of question about that, about him being. In fact, nobody, because guys are getting popped. I mean, you see guys get popped; they get an 80-game suspension when they get popped. We've seen guys get popped.
Who's the last person to get popped, Tom?
Oh, they had a guy. Grizz, didn't you just had a couple of guys pop this not too long ago, right, Grizz? Wasn't there somebody just got Fernando Tatis? Fernando Tatis got hit for 80 games. Fernando Tatis, one of the highest paid players in the game, just got popped a month ago.
Okay. Is anyone asking the question to Major League Baseball, when is the last time Aaron Judge got tested?
I don't
when
think it's
is the last time Albert Pujols got tested? What were the results?
I don't think that you're allowed to. To be honest with you, I don't think they're allowed to. They can only tell you if a guy fails. They can't tell you when a guy passed. You just assume that. Listen, if he's not on the suspended list, then he's been passed. They've all been tested. They're getting tested. They're getting tested.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Well, there's rules.
You're defending that.
Defending what?
But a woman can claim that a ball player got in an elevator and said something rude, and we ruin his entire career. But we're not allowed to know whether or not Major League Baseball players are tested and when.
So you want to know? You want to know when guys pass the test? I mean, it'd be like every day. Guys are tested every single day.
You can't come back at me in 5 years. You can't come back at the baseball-loving community of fans 10 years down the road and say, "Oh yeah, Aaron Judge, he was juicing." We just didn't want to let you
they won't do that
because we were making billions of dollars off of advertising promoting what this person was doing, which is the entire Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, Barry Bonds, the dude for the Orioles.
But we knew something was up then.
Palmeiro. That's what here we are 25 years later, and they're doing the same thing.
I don't think it's anywhere near the same thing. You don't have you don't have guys like Brady Anderson and guys that like Sammy Sosa who couldn't hit the ball out of his own shadow when he was with the Texas Rangers, all of a sudden becoming home run hitters. Aaron Judge has been hitting home runs since the day he got in the league. Aaron Judge has been 6'7" and 275 pounds since the time he was at Fresno State. This is a large man who makes contact and hits the hell out of the ball. And by the way, they never, Giancarlo Stanton hit 59 home runs in 2017, and there was never a question about him because these guys are tested routinely. They are. All right, let me get to another call because I got to get the break. I appreciate it. I know what you're saying, but Aaron Judge is clean.
Tom, it's hypocritical. ESPN
he's clean.
Celebrate their hypocrisy with promoting A-Rod. But it's just,
But A-Rod admitted he was a juicer.
Media.
The guy admitted he was a juicer. Thanks for the call. I appreciate it, Philip. I mean, you can't prove a negative. Kramer says, they've tested Judge recently with the way he's jacking balls out. No, they don't decide to go try. They're just randomly tested. Everybody gets tested at the beginning of the year, and then there's random testing going on. Aaron Judge is not juicing. All right, let me talk to this knucklehead. All right. Hey, Captain Knucklehead. Can I ask you a question?
Hey, John.
Yeah, what's up?
Because I told everybody I told all four of you, my sons are idiots. But you last night getting run from the parking lot of the radio station at 3:00 in the morning by the police. First of all, did you even at any point in time did you think to drop my name? You know what I mean? I am a kind of a thing around here. Did you think to say to the guy, "Hey, I'm the big dog's son"? Did you ever think to say something like that?
You've always told me not to put your name down there, so I wasn't going to write you out.
He would have said, you know what? He would have.
What did you say?
That's what he would have said. Now listen. Secondly, you've got a key. Why in the hell are you sleeping in the parking lot? Just go in the station, go upstairs, soft, comfortable floor, take your pillow up there with you. You got bathroom facilities. What? You got a TV? You can watch TV? What in God's name were you doing sleeping in a parking lot when you could just go inside the radio station?
The Shagwagon is extremely comfortable, all right? And I also didn't want to go inside the station and then just, people walk in there later.
Who's walking in? You leave it. You do the walk of shame at 6 o'clock. Scott doesn't get in there until 6:30. You just do the walk of shame at 6 o'clock. You slip out. You go in the radio station. You spend the night, and at 6 o'clock, you slip out the back door, and you go. When you're gone, you're out of there.
No, do not go out the back door.
Not the back door, but the front door. The theoretical back door. I'll go out the back door. I don't even think there's stairs out there.
I'll take that into account next time.
Yes.
Okay?
Just shack up at the station if you have to, man.
There's a nice carpet to lay on.
Time.
God, you're an idiot. All right, do you have your black stuff for the cocktail party? Or no, for tomorrow for the wedding?
Yes, sir.
All right. Make sure you bring everything with you when you go to the hotel tonight after the show. Make sure you got everything that you need, including your girlfriend. Just bring everything. All right.
I keep her strapped.
You know, Honcho's going to wreck you on this. Getting clipped by the police. Having a
I can't wait to tell everybody about this story on the Blitz Sports Radio Network. Afternoon Blitz coming up at 2 to 4. I can't wait.
It's a good job by you. See, so he is my son. Thanks. Bye. He is my son. He promoted his show, so he is in fact my son. Sleeping. Okay.
Like the girlfriend follows him kind of like the junkyard babe does you. So he's following in your footsteps.
Okay. Can I say something? I know I'm so late, but can I just say something? 1979.
Yeah.
I'm in my father's Chrysler New Yorker. I am in Duran Park in Rochester, New York, on the shore of Lake Ontario. At 11:30, 12 o'clock, 12:30.
Cannot be at a park after hours.
11:30, 12, something like that, in Durand Eastman Park, overlooking Lake Ontario, into pitch black. Inspiration Point, if you will, with the junkyard babe. Steaming up those windows.
Huh?
Yes. Kind of, steaming things up a little bit. And sure enough.
Oh, baby.
Knock, knock, knock on the window. It's the Irondequoit Police Department.
You should not be telling on the JYB like that.
Knocked on
She's
the window.
A lady.
And they said, get it out of the park here.
No after hours. No after hours.
No
Get in
after
trouble.
hours.
Nothing but trouble after hours at the park. After sundown.
So there you go. So I had the knock of shame as well. The knock on the cop from the cop in the middle of the night. Just saying. Of course, it was only like 11:30 at night. But it was steamed up. All right, let's get a break. When we come back, Steve Merrill, ProSportsInfo.com, on a much less interesting topic or a much more interesting topic. Next on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
TOC Sports has been there for you. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what does that mean? It means for more than 20 years, Alabama's largest orthopedic group has been there providing coverage and care to more schools and student athletes in the Tennessee Valley than any other group. It means whether you are the star football player, the all-region volleyball ace, or someone who hurt their knee in a weekend pickup basketball game, TOC Sports physicians are proud to have the opportunity to care for all your orthopedic needs. It means for parents, coaches, athletes, desk jockeys, or even weekend warriors, TOC Sports physicians continue to meet and exceed the orthopedic and sports medicine needs of our community. But most importantly, during these challenging times, we're here for you now, and will continue to be here. So as long as there are players on the field, games to be played, and contests to be won, the orthopedic specialists from TOC Sports will be ready to help. We don't know what the future holds, but you can count on the TOC Sports team to stay committed to you, so you can stay in the game. Call 256-539-2728 today and ask to see a TOC Sports physician. Check them out online, also Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Organizations using Salesforce know how powerful the platform is and how much time, money, and headaches it saves if it's set up right and you know how to use it. Let's face it, Salesforce is complicated and time-consuming to figure out, and a lot can go wrong now and down the road without expert help. That's why most Salesforce users work with an implementation partner like Higher Echelon, so they get the absolute most out of their Salesforce investment. Higher Echelon is a 5-star Salesforce consulting partner who won Salesforce Military Hiring Partner of the Year. President Dr. Joe Ross is retired Army who played and later coached coached for the cadets. He puts that experience to good use at Higher Echelon, where they pride themselves on hiring veterans. Look, not all Salesforce partners are the same. Don't put your company at risk by going with an inferior partner. Higher Echelon is the trusted partner you can count on to get you up and running and seeing returns on your Salesforce investment in a fraction of the time it would take if you go it alone. Go to higherechelon.com. That's HIGHERECHELON.com to learn more. Go higher and go Army.
And now a small business setback is assessed by a beloved family pediatrician.
Oh, hey, Tiger. Big scary tree branch give your work truck a boo-boo? Yeah. Wow. See this thing on my phone here? It's the Progressive mobile app. Just push that little button there and report your claim. Attaboy.
When owning a small business gets painful, Progressive Commercial is here to make it all better. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
What's this? Candy drawer? Who wants a lollipop?
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage subject to policy terms and conditions. Photo claims not available in all states or situations.
At Bryant Bank, we believe your goals are worth chasing, and every step along the way is worth celebrating. From your hopes for the future to the challenges that keep you up at night, we're here for you. Bryant bankers put care into action to help you live legendary by stepping up when you need us most and doing what's right even when no one is watching. Come experience a local bank whose people greet you by name and treat you like family. Bryant Bank, member FDIC.
I'm here with Stan McDonald of the Stanton Law Firm. Stan, I guess you are the Stanton in the law firm.
Yes, Wes, that's me, and we started the Stanton Law Firm so that myself and 4 other attorneys with me can help clients litigate, negotiate, and creatively solve legal and real estate problems.
Now, Stan, you grew up on a family farm in this area and have made a name closing on houses and land with your closing company, Jacob Title.
I grew up on a farm which used to be in the country. That, plus having closed on so many homes and farms, one of my colleagues started referring to me as a classic dirt lawyer. Now, I didn't know how to take that at first, that tag, but I realized that's exactly what I do and what I am.
Dan, I know the attorneys at Stanton Law Firm are regular listeners, and we plan to have you on periodically. You and I have seen have impacted this community.
Stay tuned, and you may hear about friends like Steve Booker, Clarence Johnson, Thomas Boyd, and even a few of those offensive line hogs like Hoss Johnson, and maybe you remember some other of those guys too.
I remember Clarence Johnson. He beat us one year. He was unbelievable.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
One of the best-kept golf secrets in the Tennessee Valley is Cherokee Ridge. Cherokee Ridge truly offers golf at a higher level with immaculate greens set against a spectacular Appalachian backdrop. This 18-hole championship course takes every advantage of rolling hills, whispering woods, lakes, and streams. Interested in becoming a member? Their membership plans feature affordable options for couples, families, and individuals. Book your tee time today, 256-841-4551. Cherokee Ridge. Championship quality, affordable prices.
From Coleman to Fayetteville and all points in between.
Son, pull the hammer back. Smokey's coming at you in a plain white wrapper.
97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is Eli Gold, voice of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Now more of the Thom Abraham Show on your home for Crimson Tide Sports 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Roll Tide.
Segment of Thom Abraham Show is brought to you at BetUS.com. Back for their 28th year of NFL action with the industry's biggest sign-up bonus of 200%. BetUS offers their members chance to cash in on all your favorite sports. Sign up at BetUS.com. When you go there, use the promo code WZZN. That's the promo code WZZN. Steve Merrill joins us now from Pro Sports Info, Wager Talk as well. He's on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. Steve, welcome in. How are you?
Hey, Tom, doing well.
So I've been at the wagertalk.com site and go to the picks now, and I had missed, there's a little pull-down arrow to the left upper left-hand corner, and you can pick your sport. Now that I'm using this site to look at lines, very, very convenient. So they did an excellent job, I think, the way it's all laid out there for you.
Yeah, I mean, I use it on a daily basis, you know. So it's like I do what I preach, right? It's like this is the best live odds screen out there, and it's free. I mean, normally, you know, if you were to pay back in the day the Don Best rotation, and that's actually what this feed is, by the way. It's the Don Best feed because we have a partnership with them. It was like $500 a month. So, I mean, this is a tremendous value. And I think people, sometimes when people think something's free, they're like, oh, it's watered down. This is like a $500 live odds screen that like the sports books are using real time. And, we love feedback. It's still kind of the beta version. And it's funny, Tom, I realized after we talked last week, it is kind of hard to find that drop-down arrow because it doesn't say like all sports.
I didn't know what it was. Yeah, I was like, where?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, I'm going to pass that info along. I appreciate the feedback. Keep it coming.
I didn't even see that there until you said. I'm like, where is he talking about pull down? Because I'm looking at the tab: homes, deals, experts, buy picks, all that stuff. And then, there's this little arrow right over there in the corner. But when I pull down that little arrow, I see that tonight in Cleveland that the Browns are a 4.5 point favorite. You wonder how different the narrative would be if the Browns simply do what the last 2,229 teams did when they had a 13-point lead or more in the last 2 minutes of a game and finish off the game. You wonder if, it would be such a different thing, I think, in considering the Browns. But they're still the better football team, it seems like, here on a short weekend in Cleveland.
Yeah, and isn't it ironic the last team to not have done it was 2001 Browns against the Bears? So it's so fitting for Cleveland as a franchise that finds a way not to win. We always talk about the quick turnaround on Thursday, how difficult it is, obviously, for the road team because, they lose one day due to travel. Now, obviously, it's about the shortest road trip you could have in NFL, but Pittsburgh still loses a day of prep because they do have to travel, and they need it more than anybody. That offense is really struggling right now. So Cleveland's a little banged up as well, especially defensively. So if the Steelers can't get some offense tonight, I'd be very cautious of them going forward. We loved the Patriots last week. It's the strongest play I've seen this year. I think I touched on it on the show last week that Pittsburgh looked like the most public underdog you were going to see all season. And New England should have won that game by more than 3. They sweated it down the end there. But Pittsburgh cannot move the ball offensively. And keep in mind, they had a 5-0 turnover advantage against Cincinnati in Week 1 and still should have lost had not been for a missed extra point. So hard to imagine Pittsburgh's going to fix their problems on just 2.5 days preparation and rest.
By the way, this is a live board, too, by the way, at wagertalk.com because I'm seeing things change. As I'm looking at it, I've got it pulled up right now, and you're seeing that things that change. I don't know what it means when you see a yellow shaded or a maroon shaded or green shaded. But one of the things that it's always kind of odd to me is that I always thought that this stuff would go right to 50-50. You know what I mean? That's what the books wanted, right to 50-50. And you see like 71%, 80% of the money is coming in on the under. Well, why the hell don't they move it up then? Why would they take that risk?
Yeah, what's cool is you can click on each individual sportsbook's odds, and you can see the actual real-time moves, see who moved first. If you're going back later to see, hey, look, this game's gone from 3 to 4. You can look at different books to see who was the first to move. But you can also see the percentage breakdown for every individual book. And the Wager Talk breakdown there, the percentage, I do use that as part of my Fade the Public video, but I use about 10 other sources. So you have to be careful just looking at one source like that because, a lot of times early in the week it'll say 90% on the over or the under, but there's not a lot of volume yet. And it might just be one particular sports book they're pulling that info from. But overall, the consensus odds are very sharp there. And you're right, it's real-time moves. And the different color coding, I believe, is basically how recently that line moved. You're talking about like 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 30. So it's different variations of how recent that move was. But you can definitely see when some sharp money starts to hit games because that board will light up like it's Christmas across the board and all the odds will start moving.
Fascinating game this weekend is the Florida-Tennessee game. Now, Florida is getting 10.5 points. We have gone back. We believe, in our research that we did on it, we believe that it's been since 1990 that Tennessee was a 10-point favorite or more against Florida. That this is unprecedented in the last 30 years or so that we have seen this kind of number in this game. Now, they have met as ranked teams, many times, but since 2005, Florida is 5-1 against Tennessee when they met as ranked teams, including in 2017 when they were both ranked, and Florida won that game 26-20, even though Florida was ranked number 24 and Tennessee, I think, was ranked number 23, something like that. This is a fascinating game. Do we trust Tennessee enough because I can't figure out a way how Florida is going to score with Tennessee and how Florida's going to stop Tennessee from scoring in the 40s. Do we trust Tennessee enough now to lay that kind of a number?
Yeah, I think the line is still too short. And like you said, based on recent history, you're always going to be a little tentative to price it too high because people are going to look at it and be like, wow, they've never been this big of a favorite. We'll take the dog based on that premise. But that's why you have to have a good mathematical set of power ratings, as like I use. And my power ratings actually favor Tennessee by 19 in this game, 19 points. So the line's not high enough.
That's what it feels like when you look at the numbers so far. It feels like it, but nobody can do that. Nobody can make them it feels like, Tennessee's going to win this football game by 2 or 3 touchdowns. But you can't do that. It's Florida, Tennessee. Florida's won 16 of the last 17 games. You just can't do it. But if you took the Tennessee and the Florida and the orange and the blue and you took it and peeled it away, you'd say that team is 2.5 touchdowns better than that team.
Yeah, and the one thing, too, is that Florida has played a tougher schedule because obviously they've had Utah and Kentucky out of the gate. Tennessee had basically just a game at Pittsburgh. So, statistically, both are pretty strong this year, and you do have to say, Florida's stats are more meaningful because they played a better opponent. So I think that's another reason you have to shade it down a bit. And the sports books, of course, want to get balanced action like you touched on earlier. And if you look at the Wager Talk Live odds screen, the opening line on this was 9.5, and now it's 10.5. So, the sports books did set it lower, and they've been getting some money on Tennessee, I think, because the power ratings have it higher, but it's still a full touchdown less than what my math model is saying it should be.
Could this be a moto? You remember? Are you old enough to remember Pete Axthelm? You know what the moto is, right? The moto is the master of the obvious. And when it's so obvious that it looks one way, that you got to go the other way. That's what Pete Axthelm used to say, handicapper for NBC in the NFL today. It almost looks like it could be one of those games.
Well, I will say this. The way you beat sports betting is, I've always said they have to put a number on every game, 50-plus football games this week, and they got to put a line on every one of those. 80%, 90% of those games, I'm going to agree with the number, and that's where we find our 2, 3, 4 best bets for my clients over the weekend. And one thing I love to look for is when they have to price a game one way, yet the information's telling you it should be different. And I think this is a situation where they have to keep the line cheaper because Florida is off to a good start, and they're, a high-profile national TV team still, and people just don't trust to lay this kind of number with Tennessee. But if you really look at it, it probably should be higher.
All right, give me a thought on the Packers and the Bucks at a pick 'em now. It looks like it's going to be right, maybe a point and a half here or there. I don't know if that matters. Basically a pick with the Packers at the Bucks. What do you got? What are you thinking?
Well, I think it definitely matters as far as teasers go because this line was it opened as high as 3. It was 1.5 yesterday, and I was saying Green Bay up to 7.5 or more makes a pretty good 6-point teaser. Now it's down to -1, and we are starting to see some pick-ems out there. So you'd have to do a 6.5-point teaser now, which isn't quite as strong as you have to lay more juice. And Tampa Bay is really banged up. Evans is suspended. I think that's probably why this line's dropped a 0.5 point. That came out last night that he is definitely out. They've also got some offensive tackles that are questionable. So Tampa's a real banged-up team. And the real news here, Tom, is this over-under a week ago, the bettable look-ahead line was as high as 48. It's now 41.5. You're talking about almost a full touchdown drop in the over-under, which once again shows how banged up Tampa is. But speaking of over-unders in general, we've seen some real low-scoring games the last couple weeks in the NFL. And I just get a feeling that maybe it's starting to be an overreaction. Tonight's game's in the 30s. We've got some other games on Sunday priced low 40s, even high 30s. Wouldn't be surprised to see some overs start to hit. I'll even say if you play the over on the blind probably the next few weeks on every game, I bet you come out ahead.
How do people find you at Pro Sports Info and at Wager Talk TV?
Yeah, I appreciate you squeezing me on today. I have a last-second sub on the Wager Talk Today show at noon Eastern. That's archived, of course, 24/7 on Wager Talk TV on YouTube. I've also got my Fade the Public NFL video, my college football top 25 videos on Friday and Saturday. So check out Wager Talk TV online. Also check out the app. You can download the app on your favorite device, Wager Talk TV. If you'd like to get my personal best bets, check out my page, Steve Merrill, wagertalk.com.
All right, excellent stuff. Steve, I appreciate you.
Thanks, Tom. Appreciate you squeezing me on.
Thank you. All right, we're going to break in here. When we come back, we'll tell you what number caller you need to be to play Beat the Big Dog. Did we touch on a couple of games? Did we give you a little bit of advice there? Maybe. You'll have to wait and see what the games are. We'll do that next on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Hi, this is Wes Neighbors. I'm here with Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Sam, tell the folks about Fleming Roofing and Restoration.
Hey Wes, our company Fleming Roofing and Restoration specializes in commercial and residential roofing and repairs. I'm a 5th generation Huntsvillian, and our family's been doing construction business in Huntsville area since 1965.
Sam, what kind of roofs does Fleming Roofing and Restoration do?
Our guys are skilled enough. We can come out and address any kind of leaks or issues you might have on your commercial, on your metal roofing, on your shingles. We can do anything, and we can offer you a solution to repair it, or we can replace it.
Well, you guys also do insurance restoration.
Our staff has 10 plus years of experience as insurance adjusters, and we really do know the inside and out of the claims process at Fleming Roofing and Restoration.
Check out Fleming Roofing and Restoration online at FlemingHSV.com, or you can call or text them at 256-651-9440.
Hey Wes, we show up.
Tom Luganbill here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
Your favorite sports book, BetUS.com, is back for their 28th year of NFL action. With the industry's biggest sign-up bonus of up to 200%, BetUS offers their members the opportunity to cash in on all your favorite leagues, including college football and the NFL. They've also got hundreds of new casino games, including the coolest European slots, and their live dealers are waiting for you at the tables. Sign up at BetUS.com and use the promo code WZZN. That's BetUS.com and the promo code WZZN.
Hey there, folks. Bob Baumhauer here. We're celebrating 40 legendary years here at Baumhauer's Victory Grill. And to kick this off, we're coming in hot with our all-new Alabama Hot Chicken. Fresh southern fried chicken breast smothered in a blend of tangy, immune-boosting herbs and spices with a spicy finish. Served up with a side of homemade smoked Gouda cheese grits, Miss Mary southern greens, and garlic bread. And there's plenty more where that came from. Stop in today and celebrate with us. Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food.
Ann Adams with Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate is the one name to know if you're buying or selling real estate. With years of local experience, Ann Adams offers buyers in-depth knowledge of the local housing market and will narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in so you can save time when shopping for your new home. If you're ready to sell, Ann offers a seamless process using accurate pricing and expert negotiation skills to make sure you get a fair price for your home. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or log on bhhsriserealestate.com.
Forgiveness. Wow, what a word. What a gift. All of us have done things in our lives that we regret. All of us have done things that are disobedient. All of us have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. Thank God for his forgiveness. Thank God that he separates our sins as far as the east is from the west and remembers them no more. Hey, I'm John Dees, pastor of Cross Point Church, smack dab across the street from the YMCA in Madison. Check us out at cpcfamily.org.
Hold your block until the whistle blows.
From SEC Media Days to the National Championship Game.
This was a great team win.
We are 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Embers floating on the south pine breeze, somewhere between heaven and the tall pine trees. Hard land, I'm missing you.
All right. Coming up at the top of the hour, we'll have your BetUS.com beat the big dog with a chance to win tickets to the Music City Bowl if you could beat me. I've got 3 NFL games and 3 college games here for you, so we'll get to that here in just a few moments. And, let me just slip this in here because I did mention it earlier and then didn't go down this path at all. I mentioned that Huntsville's professional soccer team, which is basically the AAA affiliate of the Nashville MLS team, has named Chad Emerson as the managing director of business operations for the MLS Next Pro Club. That's basically the AAA. Yeah. Now, if you're saying, wait a minute, Chad Emerson, don't I know Chad Emerson? Emerson is the former founder and CEO of Downtown Huntsville, Inc., where he held that position since 2013. Now, the team doesn't have a name yet, Grizz. I don't know how it cannot be Huntsville SC, right? I mean, it's got to be Huntsville SC.
Or SC Huntsville. I mean,
or
you
SC
can do crazy things with it.
Well, what's Nashville? Aren't they Nashville SC or are they SC Nashville?
SC. Nashville SC.
Nashville SC. So I would think they would go Huntsville SC, and I would go with the same blue and gold colors.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, definitely. Yeah, you keep it.
You know?
Yeah, you definitely keep it the same. Yeah, it's the MLS feeder school or feeder team. Seems like feeder team. It just you definitely keep it. And I can't wait.
AAA. Yeah.
I can't wait. I think it's going to be nice. I used to love the indoor soccer we had. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, definitely good soccer. I used to love the indoor soccer. The Huntsville Fire they used to have here in Huntsville, and I mean I was always a big soccer fan, so it'd be nice to have something like that in here in Huntsville and be able to use that field for football games.
Yep, it'll be played at Joe Davis, where they'll have football there, and they'll have the football and football
Calcio
there. Yeah, they'll have all that whatever you just said. They'll have all of that going on there. So Calcio is Italian for what?
Soccer.
Calcio is Italian for soccer?
Correctamundo.
Or Italian for football? Because they don't use that word soccer in Europe. Everything is football over there. So what would be Italian for football? Calcio? I wonder if it's... Oh, okay.
I learned it.
Soccer is American for football.
Yes.
For football.
Football. American football. That's what we love.
Good. It's good that Emerson got that gig. All right. When we return, week 4 of Beat the Big Dog. I'll tell you what, it's week 4. Be caller number 4. How about that? Caller number 4 right now, 256-576-4977. 256-576-4977. Caller number 4, please. Beat the Big Dog for Music City Bowl tickets next on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. What's better than Valley Equipment Rental? 2 Valley Equipment Rentals, and that's just what we have now. The original on the South Memorial Parkway between Drake and Airport Road, and their second location on North Memorial Parkway just north of Winchester Road. Valley Equipment is locally owned and has more skid steers, excavators, and lifts than anyone in the area, plus all the small tools that you need to get the job done like a pro. And if you are a pro, you need to check out the new North location now because Valley Equipment has what you need. Learn more at valleyequipmentrents.com.
You've got to experience Toyotathon at Bill Penny Toyota. They've got the selection with over 700 new Toyotas to choose from. And they've got the extras with Bill Penny perks and a 10-year unlimited warranty. So get on over to Bill Penny Toyota today and experience Toyotathon. Bill Penny Toyota in Huntsville and online at BillPennyToyota.com. Bill Penny's Toyota 10-year unlimited warranty is valid through the 10th year of ownership. Valid on new vehicles only. See dealer for details.
WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi with the latest on Celtics coach Ime Udoka. ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski is reporting Udoka's likely facing a suspension for the entire 2022-2023 season for his role in a consensual relationship with a female staff member. The relationship considered a violation of the organization's guidelines. A formal announcement on discipline expected as soon as today. Assistant Joe Mazzulla would likely become Boston's interim coach for the season. Bojan Bogdanovic, the latest high-profile player out the door in Utah. Woj also reports the Jazz finalizing a trade to send him to the Pistons for Kelly Olynyk and Saben Lee. Utah's in the middle of a full-scale rebuild after trading Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert this offseason. The Czech Foreign Ministry told the NHL Russian players not welcome when the Sharks and Predators play regular season games in Prague next month because of Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
4 Heisman Trophy winners, 33 Southeastern Conference championships, 18 national championships. Hi, this is Chris Stewart of the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Listen to Alabama football all season long on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
AVIQ. Who is
is AVIQ?
AVIQ is audiovisual the intelligent way, where we put our IQ to work for your AV needs. With more than 100 years combined experience in audio, video, and automation, our team of experts is dedicated to one thing, helping you discover technological solutions that make your home special. Once you experience a game or a movie on one of our state-of-the-art home theater systems, you may never leave the house again. AVIQ can build the entire system for you or provide the quality components if you're a do-it-yourselfer. But AVIQ is more than just home theater and state-of-the-art sound systems. We offer a variety of control options for home technology. Energy efficiency, heightened security, and improved quality of life are all attainable through the automation of home systems. Intuitive and user-friendly control is our main priority in designing a system that meets your needs. Don't just take our word for it. You need to see it to believe it. Come visit us at our state-of-the-art showroom on University, just east of Jim and Nick's, across from AT&T, or visit aviqhsv.com.
All right, where are we going for breakfast?
I kind of want a breakfast quesadilla.
Oh, I didn't know they were doing quesadillas for breakfast these days.
Well, Taco Bell is.
Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah, they have this Bell breakfast box now that comes with this breakfast quesadilla that's super cheesy and a hash brown.
Okay, I wish I knew about this earlier.
And it has Cinnabon Delights and a coffee in it.
Why did I not know about this earlier?
Try the new $5 Bell breakfast box, only at Taco Bell. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations during breakfast hours only, 7 to 11 a.m. for a limited time. Contact local store for prices and participation when fair. Tax extra. Drinks exclude freezes.
Local sports is covered right here.
Well, appreciate what you guys do for sports, but also for high school sports and taking time to talk to us. That means a lot, and appreciate what you guys do, and appreciate you having us on.
97.7 ESPN The Zone.
You need to be more like a dog.
Like what you guys are doing. You've got your fingertip on the pulse of your listeners. You guys know what they're talking about.
Be a dog.
God bless the show. You are the Messiah.
We need more dogs.
This is the best show on radio.
The big dog, Thom Abraham, is here with you.
Hey, I see you. Hey, I see you, dog.
So settle in and get your bark on.
That's my dog.
Now live. Here he is, the big dog.
Let's go, baby!
Thom Abraham.
How you doing? 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 How you doing?
Look, I don't speak Spanish.
I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to choose my words very carefully. I think you're a psycho.
Do you know who I am?
I mean, that guy sounds like El McPherson farting into Miles Davis' trumpet.
I guess I'm on here. Am I on? Can somebody respond?
Get off my lawn.
I have to drag my Yankee ass out of here.
You know, there are rules to success, my friend. Rule number one is know what you know what you don't know, and know that I gotta know everything you know so that you know it.
Oh, yeah, baby. It's time for a little Beat the Big Dog. And the Dirty Bird getting in to play a little Beat the Big Dog. Can he win some tickets? All I ask is don't be a lemon. That's all. Don't be a lemon.
I don't know how to say this without sounding a little rude, but you're a lemon.
Don't be a lemon. I don't want you to be a lemon. All right. So we got the Dirty Bird in here. Dirty Bird, I would assume this means that you are a big-time Falcons fan. Is this correct?
I mean, big time.
Big-time Falcons fan.
Bartkowski.
Woo! So you remember that night when Billy White Shoes Johnson caught the Hail Mary against the 49ers at like the 5-yard line and then ran it in on Monday Night Football?
Oh, yeah. I still don't know if he really got in, but...
Yes, that's a good point.
That elbow was a little close, and nowadays,
yeah, that would have been reviewed, and they'd still be looking at it, and they would say that he probably didn't get in. Well, that's good. I'm glad that that was the only other time I can think of where like this Appy State one, where the Hail Mary was thrown short of the end zone, and the guy ran it in after catching it.
Yeah.
So that's immediately what I thought of when I thought of that. All right. Okay, so I got 6 games here in front of me, 3 NFL and 3 college. The way this works is that you will hear Grizz's opinion before you make your pick for whatever that's worth. He's 7-11 on the season, so it may not be worth anything, or maybe he's going to have a big bounce back, but you will hear his opinion anyway. And we're going to alternate games so we don't pick everything the same. So do you want to go first on the first game, or do you want to go first on the second game?
I'll go first on the first game.
All right, you go first in the first game, which means you hear from Grizz first, saying, Grizz, your Pittsburgh Steelers are getting 4.5 tonight at the Cleveland Browns.
Man, they're getting 4.5, you said?
Pittsburgh gets 4.5.
Oh man, I think your defense is really, really good, and I'm really not. I'm not a hater on Mitchell Trubisky, but I think it's going to be pretty soon. They're going to have to put Kenny Pickett in, and I'm going to have to go the Browns here. Browns.
Will he get in tonight? I wonder whether will he get in some tonight at some point in time if it's going sideways for them?
I'm going Browns.
Yeah. All right. So he goes with the Browns. All right. So what do you think, Dirty Bird? Pittsburgh plus 4.5 at Cleveland.
I'll take the Browns.
Yeah. Of course, I'm taking the Browns as well. Their defense is really, really good when they're not busting. That's the problem with Cleveland's defense. It's not that the defense isn't good but they have breakdowns, and you only have to have like 2 or 3 breakdowns a game, where if the team could, boom, they can get you. But I'm just trying to think of how now. There's no Jadeveon Clowney on the other side of Myles Garrett, but man, I would think that Myles Garrett's going to have his way a little bit tonight, so we'll see how that works out. All right, so we're all on the Browns on that one. All right, on this one, Florida gets 10.5 at Tennessee. Everything points towards a Tennessee blowout. Every fiber in my body points towards Tennessee should win this game by 2 touchdowns going away. I'm taking Florida in the points. I'm going moto here. I'm going in honor of Pete Axel. I'm going master of the obvious. This is so obvious that Tennessee should blow Florida out. I have got to see it. I have been to a number of these games. I have been watching this game for 100 years. I have got to see Tennessee blowing Florida out before I am going to lay 10 to 10.5 with Tennessee. That's just me. All right, Grizz, what do you got?
No, I got to agree with you. I think it's too big of a game. It's been too close for so many years, and it's been too long that they've even had this type of a deficit. So I like the Tennessee offense, but I'm not a big believer in their defense. I got to see them play somebody, and then they should start this week with Florida. I'm going Florida.
We're both on Florida. Dirty Bird, what do you think?
Give me the Vols. I see a blowout.
Hey, that's what I see a blowout. I don't feel a blowout. I see a blowout, but will they actually do what they're supposed to do, or will they be the Tennessee they've been for the last 15 years? I don't know. All right. Yeah, okay, so you're laying a wood, so we're on opposite sides of that one. All right, and this one, you guys go first. All right, Grizz.
Yeah.
The by God Sam Pittman Hogs are getting 1.5 at Jerry's World at Cowboy Stadium against Texas A&M. What say ye?
Yeah, no. Go Hogs. Woo Pig. I'm going, I think they're going to beat them by 10.
He says, woo pig suey. What do you think, Dirty Bird?
Woo pig.
All right, we're all on Arkansas
woo pig
there.
Soy.
Yeah, we're all on Arkansas there. I think Arkansas broke through with that game last year, and there's no reason for them not to have the confidence that they need. I know they looked like crap last week. I don't know how Texas A&M scores, and I don't know how Texas A&M stops Arkansas.
Wrong team favored.
Wrong team is favored. I'm going to say Arkansas as well. All right, on this one, I'm going first. Missouri gets 7.5 at Auburn. Both these teams are dumpster fires, man. I mean, they really are. But I mean, it's Auburn, and they're late. Can we lay 7.5 to anybody? If you're Auburn, this is the last great stand for Brian Harsin and for T.J. Finley if he's going to play. I don't think they might make the quarterback change. I think Auburn bounces back here. I think Auburn bounces back and beats Missouri by 10-plus points. I'm going to take Auburn here one more time. Don't let me down, Mr. Boise State. I got Auburn, and I'm laying 7.5. Grizz, what do you got?
War Eagle.
So Grizz is going there, too. Any analysis on that?
I mean, Missouri's bad. Are they worse than Vandy? They might be worse than is Auburn worse than Vandy? Vandy's 3-1.
No, Auburn's not worse than Vandy.
I think Missouri is worse than Vandy.
Because Auburn would only be about a 28-point dog to Alabama, and Vandy's a 40-point dog to Alabama. So I'm not going to think they're worse than. All right, what do you think, Dirty Bird?
Well, Auburn beats San Jose State by 8, right?
Yeah.
They beat Missouri by 7. That hook gets me to the dub. I'm going to take Missouri.
So he's going to take Missouri And he gets 7.5 points. That's a scary one for me. I could go 0 for right here, man. I'm going like I'm out on a limb with everybody. I'm going out there. All right, on this one, you guys go first. The Buffalo by God Bills and Josh Allen are at Tua and the Dolphins. If you like the Bills, you're going to lay 6.5 in Miami. Grizz, what do you think?
Oh, man, that's tough. That's really tough. I like the way that they came back, but that is the Ravens. I don't think the Bills' defense is going to do this. Did Micah Hyde? Is he out? Is he? I mean, I know he got banged up, but I don't know if he's out. Man, I've been rolling with the Bills, so I'm gonna have to lay the points and go with the Bills here.
All right, he lays the wood and goes with the Bills. What do you think, Dirty Bird?
I'm gonna lay the points too. I'll take the Bills.
All right, I'm jumping on the other side of you guys here as well. This is my second moto of the week. Master of the obvious. The Bills go in there and whack them. But it's hot, it's steamy, it's sticky, it's nasty. I think the crowd's going to be out of control. I don't think Bills Mafia will take over the way they have taken over at other places like they did at L.A. I think there'll be a lot of Dolphin fans in that building. I think the Bills win the football game, but I think the Dolphins hang with them and keep it close. I don't think the Bills are going to go down to Miami and wreck them the way they wrecked their first two opponents. So I'm going to take the Fins here, and I will take 6.5 at home with the Fins. All right, in this last game, I still don't have a pick on this last game. I just made my picks during the last break on these games because I don't make my picks ahead of time when I decide what games we're going to go. The Packers are at the Bucs, and it's pick 'em. I'm going pick 'em. I'm not going with the 1 point. I'm going Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. This is only the 5th time in the history of the NFL where the guy who led the league in touchdowns one year and the guy who was the MVP and led the league in passer rating played against each other the following year. That doesn't mean anything. Bucs don't have Mike Evans. I'm vamping here because I just don't know. I mean, it's a pick'em game. I'm gonna take the Packers. I'm gonna go with my heart. I will take the Packers at the Bucs in a pick'em, which is all you need to do is give me a winner. What do you got, Chris?
Oh yeah, go Pack, go, definitely.
Oh, it's not even difficult for you to make that decision.
He's coming off that high. Aaron Rodgers is, and it's about to be that stretch where he's gonna go on that MVP run.
I hope they're in the green jerseys.
He's gonna beat Tom Brady.
I hope the Bucs are wearing white at home because the Packers play much better in green than they do in white. All right, what do you think, Dirty Bird?
Well, I think Packers should be getting some points, but I'm still taking the Packers. I got to root for anybody in the NFC South to lose besides the Falcons. So, Packers.
Another great idea.
Yeah, it's a good reason. But wait, you got to get fed. I mean, you're looking to get the tickets is what you're looking to get. So, right now it is a pick, -1, pick. So I just want pick. I'm looking at all the hotels right now. So it moved. Tampa Bay was -3 when this line opened. And it is moved now to a pick at about half of the hotels. The other half of the hotels have it at 1. So I went with the pick in that deal. All right. So in summation, we all like the Browns tonight. We'll see. We all like the Browns tonight, laying 4.5 against the Steelers. I've got Florida, and I am getting 10.5. You got UT. I've got. We all like Arkansas getting 1.5 against Texas A&M. I've got Auburn, and I'm laying 7.5. You got Mizzou because of the hook. I've got the Fins. I'm out there on a limb with this one, and I am getting a 6.5 at home. You guys got the Bills, and we all are taking the Packers to beat the Buccaneers in Tampa Bay. All right, Dirty Bird. Well, good luck with this whole thing.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Appreciate you. All right, we'll see how that works out. Grizz, thank God.
Yes.
Thank God that Utah beat San Diego State. You know why that was important?
What did that affect?
I'll tell you why that would have affected. It was in Salt Lake City last week. There was a 21-year-old female student at Utah.
Yeah.
She threatened to set off a nuclear reactor on the campus if the Utes lost the game. I mean, she's been arrested, okay? I mean, she has been arrested.
A bad action film.
Yes. Yes. She has been arrested. Stop trying to set off look, I know in the SEC it just means more.
Yeah.
But apparently to this young woman, All right. It meant even more. She has been booked into Salt Lake County Jail on Wednesday for investigation of making a threat of terrorism. A 21-year-old female Utah student threatened to detonate a nuclear reactor if the Utes didn't beat San Diego State on Saturday at Rice-Eccles Stadium. The woman, quote, posted threats of violence, end quote, on the Yik Yak app. What the hell is that?
They must have their own app.
Yik Yak?
Yeah.
Is that like TikTok?
Yik Yak?
Yik
That might
Yak?
be their app.
Who they? You mean the team? Or the no, Yik Yak is not.
I don't know. Maybe that's
a Utah
Yik
thing.
Yak on the App Store. I'm looking at it.
Stating that, quote, if the football team does not win this game, I am going to detonate the nuclear reactor that is located in the University of Utah, causing mass destruction.
You can anonymously connect
End
with
quote.
anyone within 5 miles on this app.
Well, she said she was going to blow up the world.
So a 5 mile radius.
Setting off this nuclear. Well, no, the nuclear reactor I think would be worse than the Yik Yak.
No,
app.
yeah.
I'm saying that's probably going to make a bigger deal than the 5 mile radius.
Sound like threat level midnight.
I'm just saying, per the police report, note in the affidavit, the student had knowledge of where the nuclear reactor is.
Oh.
And attends class in the same building where the reactor is housed. Okay,
That's scary.
Let me just stop right here. A, why did they have a nuclear reactor at University of Utah?
I'm going to look that up. Maybe they just have a missile silo underneath their school or something.
And two, why does some 21-year-old woman student know where the nuclear reactor is? I'm just saying, is it like on the map, is it like on your phone, the map of a campus? This is the science building. This is the social studies over here. The gym is over here.
All
The
right.
nuclear reactor is over there.
You ready? The reactor is used for teaching and research in the university's nuclear engineering program.
Yeah, don't detonate that.
It's immersed in 10,000 gallons of water and is only used from time to time.
Just from time to time.
It's just a nuclear reactor underneath your school that, we use from time to time. Nothing to worry
That
about.
she can detonate, apparently, if they lose a football game. Look, I mean, I've heard of guys, burning, poisoning trees before in the SEC, but I don't think anybody in the SEC is threatening to, detonate a nuclear reactor.
Yeah, she should be arrested, maybe.
She was. I told you, she's in jail.
Okay, good. She should be questioned and understand why is this going on? Why are you even thinking about this?
She's in the Salt Lake County Jail.
Yeah, seriously, this sounds like a bad action movie.
This is terrorism. This is
terrorism. Yeah,
she's booked for investigation of making a threat of terrorism.
Oof.
I mean, that's bad.
That's
that's
really
not
bad. I don't know who could joke. Like you don't
joke about that.
Any of that.
There was a kid that joked about bringing a knife to my son's high school 5 years ago, and he ended up in juvie for 2 years. You don't joke about stuff like that. Auburn fans, I wonder what we could do if we lose to Missouri. What threats can we make if we lose this game to Missouri?
It's just weird that a student has like a set of janitor's keys that she can just get to a reactor whenever she wants.
It hasn't been confirmed as to whether or not she actually could, in fact, detonate the nuclear reactor. Okay? So, I mean, there's that.
It's one of those old 70s nuclear kits underneath.
She may just be saying that.
Yeah.
But don't say that. Unbelievable. All right, let's get a break. When we come back, Buckhorn head coach Matt Patterson joins us next, right here on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
When you call most roofing companies, all you'll hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming. At Fleming Roofing and Restoration, we're focused on your needs, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement. Folks around here have trusted Fleming since 1965 for all their residential and commercial roofing needs. And as the area's storm damage experts, Fleming knows all the ins and outs of the insurance claims process. Log on FlemingHSV.com to schedule your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
One of the best-kept golf secrets in the Tennessee Valley is Cherokee Ridge. Cherokee Ridge truly offers golf at a higher level with immaculate greens set against a spectacular Appalachian backdrop. This 18-hole championship course takes every advantage of rolling hills, whispering woods, lakes, and streams. Interested in becoming a member? Their membership plans feature affordable options for couples, families, and individuals. Book your tee time today, 256-841-4551. Cherokee Ridge. Championship quality, affordable prices.
Waiting was such a mistake. That's one of the things we hear most after we've successfully treated one of our patients for erectile dysfunction. At the Huntsville Men's Clinic, we want you to know first and foremost that waiting is a mistake, because the longer you wait, the more difficult it can be to treat your ED. Using what you've got is important, not just for your relationship, but for your overall health. There's some truth to the phrase, if you don't use it, you lose it. At the Huntsville Men's Clinic, we'll fight for your ability to consistently perform without the anxiety that so many men experience. In fact, you might even find you're performing like you haven't in a long time. We only treat ED and low T at the Huntsville Men's Clinic, and we've successfully treated many men with protocols that are effective in nearly 90% of cases. We also have the full complement of treatments, including acoustic wave therapy, so you get the one that works best for you. So don't wait. Make an appointment. For just $99, you'll get a medical consultation, blood work, and if medically advised, a test dose. Call today, 256-368-0333. That's 256-368-0333, or go to HuntsvilleMen'sClinic.com.
I'm attorney Gary Lackey. You know, you'll hear people say we're like a family, but here at the Lackey Law Firm, that's really true, not just a saying.
I'm Justin Lackey. With my father and my sister, we have a special connection to each other.
I'm Jennifer Lackey. At the Lackey Law Firm, when we take on your case, you become part of our family. You really do.
And we'll always do whatever it takes to get everything you deserve.
If you're injured, you worry about getting well, not about paperwork or insurance companies or figuring out how to get to your lawyer's office. I'll come to you.
We worry about your case so you don't have to.
When you've been injured, we know that your case is probably the biggest thing going on in your life. More important than almost anything else.
And it's important to us too, for one simple reason. Family takes care of each other, and at the Lackey Law Firm, we'll take care of you.
The Lackey Law Firm. The Lackey Law Family. 1-800-4RIGHTS.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
All right, where are we going for breakfast?
I kind of want a breakfast quesadilla.
Oh, I didn't know they were doing quesadillas for breakfast these days.
Well, Taco Bell is.
Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah, they have this Bell breakfast box now that comes with this breakfast quesadilla that's super cheesy and a hash brown.
Okay, I wish I knew about this earlier.
And it has Cinnabon Delights and a coffee in it.
Why did I not know about this earlier?
Try the new $5 Bell breakfast box, only at Taco Bell. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations during breakfast hours only, 7 to 11 a.m. for a limited time. Contact local store for prices and participation with vary. Tax extra. Drinks exclude freezes.
Hey folks, this is Arthur Seaton, managing partner at University Kia, here letting you know we are proud supporters of Alabama A&M University football. Stop into University Kia today and shop our large selection of new Kias, including the all-new Telluride 8-passenger SUV, the stylish new K5, and sporty new Seltos. Visit universitykia.com and view all our great offers and get pre-approved in minutes so you can drive home your new Kia today, because we want to see ya in a Kia. Go Bulldogs!
Football season is here, and as always, the best place to catch every game is downtown at Humphreys Bar and Grill. Humphreys is celebrating by bringing back their game day football specials. $2.50 Miller Lite, Yingling, and now $3.50 Yellowhammer Gold Pints. Anytime football is on. Live music continues every night with 5 o'clock Charlie, and don't forget about brunch on Sundays with Microwave Dave. The best place to catch all the games all season long is Humphreys Bar and Grill.
Are you in the market for a recreational vehicle? Do you want to get out and see more of this beautiful country? Well, imagine hearing the laughter of your little ones enjoying gooey s'mores by a cozy campfire and making lasting memories with your friends and family from the comfort of a new camper. We can make your dreams come true at Hall's RV. With over 15 years in the camping business, we know how to get our customers into the perfect camper. We have several models and floor plans here for you to choose from, both new and used. We're family owned and operated with fantastic deals and great service. Everyone wants to work with people they can trust, so come on down to Hall's RV and get the deal of a lifetime. We'll treat you right and get you on the road in the camper of your dreams. Visit us on Highway 431 in Albertville. Hall's RVs, where we sell fun. Or see us on the web at www.hallsrvsales.com.
Thom Abraham here from my friend Brian Hamaker and his team at North Alabama Mortgage. Look, buying a home is the biggest purchase you will make in your life, and it can be a bit intimidating, so you want people that can help walk you through the mortgage process and get you the best deal possible. That's what North Alabama Mortgage does, and they do it in Alabama, Tennessee, and Florida, from first-time purchases to refis, conventional, VA, FHA, and USDA loans. They have the solution at North Alabama Mortgage. Visit NorthAlabamaMortgage.com to learn more. That's NorthAlabamaMortgage.com.
The Huntsville Sports Commission, a not-for-profit organization, is driven by the love of sports. And we're excited to announce several events already planned for this fall, including the Gulf South Conference Soccer Championship, the AVCA Fall Collegiate Beach Championships, the NCAA Division I Regional Cross Country Championship, and the Running Lane Cross Country Championships. For the love of sports, the Huntsville Sports Commission. Find out more at huntsvillesports.org.
From the Nick Saban Show.
We talk about finishing. That's like the number one word.
To Alabama football.
Touchdown, Alabama!
We are 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Welcome back, Thom Abraham Show. The segment of the show brought to you by Hometown Lenders of Hazel Green, Logan Hoffman, and we appreciate him so much every week bringing us Coach Matt Patterson from Buckhorn High. They are back on the field against a very good Guntersville team coming up on Friday night, and we are joined now by Coach on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. Coach, welcome back. How are you?
Man, I'm doing great today, Tom. How about yourself?
I am fantastic, and I hate that I've got to miss the game tomorrow night, but the last of my 5 daughters is getting married, as you know, and we have a great crew with Austin Coletti and Drew DeArmond that'll be on the game to cover it. But I hate to miss the thing, man. After being off last week, it's just 2 weeks in a row off. I can't take it. I need a little Bucks football after that crazy game at Hazel Green.
Well, it seems like it's been forever since we played. It's pushing, I think, 12, 13 days as of today. Man, it's maybe 14. We played on Thursday, so it's been a difficult. I guess it's a difficult transition just because most people aren't used to having bye weeks in high school football in the middle of the season, and just kind of it's throwing everybody's days and routines off a little bit. But I know it was good to be back, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, doing the same routines. You can see a little bit of more normalcy in practice this week, and hopefully that's going to carry over to Friday night.
It's not a bad time to have a bye, though, right? I mean, because you had all the fall camp, and then you've played 4 games, and it's like you can press the pause button right here, figure out what, things and adjustments that you want to make, get everybody healthy, the nicks, the bumps, the bruises, and then, boom, it's a 6-game sprint to the playoffs.
Oh, it's absolutely a good time because we'll be able to get people healthy and, kind of rest and recover. We actually go out and we record times. We have a Dasher laser system, and we record times of our kids within a 10-yard span, whether it be the 30 to 40-yard part of the sprint or the 20 to 30. We do different times and sprint intervals just to see if somebody's losing speed, gaining speed, et cetera. And I know last Monday we were pretty normal. This Monday after the week off, everybody was faster,
a little quicker.
So that's a little bit that's refreshing. The numbers ain't been way off, but I mean, it's also kind of like okay, that was good for us to kind of sit back and relax and refresh. Got a couple of good days in the weight room. Real heavy last week, a little bit lighter this week, trying to get geared back up toward Friday night. So. Our strength coach, Ty Burt, does a really good job of scheduling his workouts with our practices and games, and trying to keep our kids. We try to get faster and stronger in the season. Where a lot of people, just say, "Hey, I'm just going to try to maintain," not make it a priority. We're trying to get in the weight room 2 days a week. We're trying to at least run 3 days a week. Just sprint work, not old conditioning, but we're going to run 2 to 3, 30-yard sprints for time and try to keep that fast twitch fibers firing. So
yeah, Coach Matt Patterson with us here from Buck Corners. They get ready for Guntersville, a really good Guntersville team tomorrow night. We'll talk about that in a moment, but. Coach, when you get a break like this, how much? I know you guys look at a lot of film. You've got practice film. You're looking at your own film. But how much self scouting do you do? I mean, do you ever have like the defensive guys look at your offensive film as if they were an opponent and kind of self scout you and say, look, this is your tendencies. This is what we see, and this is where the weakness is or whatnot. Same thing. Offensive coaches looking at your own defense.
Not as much as you would think.
Yeah.
More so of our offensive coaches. We're very self-aware of what some of our tendencies are. We actually know that we have some tendencies early for a couple of games, and then we intentionally try to break them. For a team that we got coming up. You can set somebody up by film a couple of weeks going in, and then 2 to 3 weeks later you can bust it. But now we try to. Like I said, I think I said a couple of weeks ago, we try to find balance. That doesn't necessarily mean 50-50 run pass. We're trying to do what we want to do when we want to do it. If we want to throw it, and vice versa. But I'm sure we got some tendencies. I'm sure Coach Reese will have us broke down, and we looked at some stuff. And we kind of broke off the pistol a couple of weeks ago just because we felt like we were tipping some stuff and. We probably tip some stuff now too once we get going. But, I think with some play action and throwing the ball on first downs a little bit and things like that, you can bust some tendencies. But, I don't really know. I think when I break down film, I'm not going to look for somebody having a tendency unless it's like a 90% plus deal. I mean, 70-30, that's still too risky to kind of gamble because if you're wrong, out of the 3 plays out of 10, that's 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So,
and you
70-30 is good balance there for me.
And you still got to block them and tackle them and execute, right? So at the end of the day, I mean, you can get as cute as you want from a coaching standpoint, but the guys got to, the men have to at some point hold those blocks, make those runs, see the cuts, throw the ball, do all of that goes into execution. So I would imagine when you get a little break like this, you spend a decent amount of time doing some individual stuff and just working on everybody's technique getting better.
Sure, we actually extended individual last week, probably about 10 minutes than what we normally do, and probably did a little less group work, more individualized and small group settings, just trying to go back and reteach and, kind of fine tune some real fine details. Because, I mean, you kind of know where you are, man. We're not that far off from where we really, really probably would have been after 4 weeks. If you'd have told us we're 2-2 back in the summer and we've beaten Hazel Green and we've beaten Madison County and lost to Kansas City and Lena, we'd all took it.
Right.
You're really 2 plays away from being right there. So, as bad as we felt after the loss to Hazel Green, we got to, like you said, you got to shake the stink off and get back going. And the problem is we couldn't get back on the saddle until this coming up Friday night. So it's been a little bit longer of a layover than we would have liked, but it is what it is, and we still got everything in front of us.
It's a non-region game against Guntersville. They're a 5A team, and then you get 3 straight region games against May Jemison, Lee Huntsville, and Fort Payne will determine whether or not you're a playoff team or not. But these non-region games are important as well when it comes to all of the tiebreakers and so on to get in. But this Guntersville team comes in, they score a lot of points. You mentioned Coach Reese. He's been there for a minute, and it's kind of a blueprint for others, right? For coaches like yourself that have taken over a program in the last year or two and that are building something. You look at a place where a guy has been for 10 or 12 years, and you say, that as a program, that's kind of where we want to be and how we want to be.
Oh, there's no doubt. They're not, people say, they're a good football team. They are. They're a good football program. Because they're a good team every year. And I think that's ultimately where any coach wants to be called and recognized as a good football program. Guntersville's been solid since, probably the early 90s when they had, Coach Phil Lazenby is the Hall of Fame coach now that's been different places in the state and won championships. And then Phil Isom, The field's named after Coach Iceland down there. He won the state championship in '06, and now Coach Reese. And the thing about it is Coach Reese was on every one of those staffs. Mm-hmm. So, he's been groomed for a long time for this job, and when he took over, he hasn't won the state title, but in my opinion, he's taken Gunnersville football to another level of consistency. I mean, three back-to-back 10-0 seasons within the last 6 years. Region championship after region championship.
Yeah.
They're coming up here Friday night. They're going to be ranked. They're ranked. Look at it right now. They're ranked 4th in 5A. They're giving up probably about 3.3 points a game. I don't think, looking back on film, Tom, their starting defense has not given up a touchdown since game 1.
Wow.
So that's a pretty impressive stat. We went and scouted them Friday night, and they're really good on film, and I think they're even more impressive in person.
Yeah.
They run a I'm gonna say Gus Malzahn tempoed style offense, to where you don't see that on film when the film is cut clip by clip. You don't see how fast they line up and snap it, and run their 4 to 5 base plays that they run better than you do. That was what was impressive to me Friday night when I went watch them play Boaz, but also just their team speed. They're opportunistic on defense. I think they had 3 or 4 interceptions. I know they had 2, but they had 3 or 4 other where they just get their hands on the balls. I mean, their linebackers get more hands-on passes than any team I've seen in a long time on film.
Yeah.
They're just so well coached and keep it in front of them and make plays.
Yeah, and your brother, Wes Patterson, who was the defensive coordinator, I would imagine he's had a few sleepless nights. I mean, they're averaging 48 points a game. This is not going to be a slobber knocker. I would think that, this is going to be something. They're going to get some points. They're going to get their points. So I would think that, this maybe not quite like the Hazel Green game, but maybe, where this might be something where it's going to be 48 minutes and going at it up and down the field to try and to outscore them, because it doesn't seem like you can go into this game and think, we can win this game with 17 points.
Well, this you just touched on something that's been our message all week. Let's make this game a 48 minutes fight.
Mm-hmm.
We got to make it a slugfest. This is no discredit to them or anything, but they haven't had played a whole bunch of just real stiff competition. You can look at their schedules that they played and see that. So this is the reason why Coach Reese scheduled games like this, because he's trying to challenge his team. And that's what we kind of told our team, hey, they're wanting to challenge their team. They're wanting to get a playoff-type feel, and that's a little bit of a tip of the cap to us and what they think of us. But we got to go out and give them 48 minutes. We got to, like I told the team all week long, just give us 48 minutes. Nobody's asking you to win. Nobody's asking you to lose or anything like that. You give us 48 minutes, let the chips fall, and whatever's supposed to happen happens.
Yeah.
But we got to go play 48 minutes of football, and we got to fly around, and we got to make them earn everything they get. And at the end of the night, we'd love for them to get back on that bus and say they just never want to come back to Newmarket, Alabama again. That's just kind of the message we got to do. Tom, I feel like we got to come in here with a chip on our shoulder, and we got to have a little bit of an edge, and we got to play our football, because we haven't played our best football yet. We haven't played a full game yet, and that's kind of what we're going to try to go at for Friday nights. We're going to try to come out here and make it 48 minutes and against an outstanding quality football team.
Isn't that the essence of the process that we hear so much about, that Coach Saban talks about, that, the process is basically winning one play? Having all of these guys buy into the concept of, if you can just stay focused on the next moment, give me the next 8 seconds, and then we'll just pile another 8 seconds and so on and so forth. Saban has done a great job, I think, teaching a lot of coaches that have come up through the ranks now about that process. And if you can get kids to buy into that, the scoreboard will take care of itself.
Oh, absolutely. And, everybody wants to talk about the process. The process isn't, in my opinion, is not so much physical as it is mental. Mm-hmm. It's the psychology of the game. That's if you go back and study Coach Saban and all the great coaches, they have somebody there that's kind of their psychologist. Mm-hmm. And that's Dr. Kevin Elko. He references him so much, and they talk. You got to have somebody to kind of help you on the mental side of the game, because that's the game that, I think so many people neglect. is the mentality of play the next play. You got to move on. You got to line up. You got to snap it again. We can't fix anything that's happened in the past. All we can fix is what's in front of us. And, you're not going to win it on play one. You're not going to win it on play 161 either. There's going to be 4 or 5 plays Friday night to decide the outcome of the game, and you just don't know when they're coming.
Yeah.
So you got to be on your toes every snap to make sure you get that one play that you take off per se is not the one that happens.
Yeah.
We can't take plays off, and we gotta win on first down, and we gotta get off the field on third down. So that's kind of been our message this week. Like I said, they're a great football team. They're coming up here to our place, and we got to give them 48 minutes of our best football.
Well, I give my daughter away in Nashville at 4:30 on Friday night. So by the time you kick off, yes,
Thom, you can still make the game.
I probably could. But yeah. In my tux, with my tux on, I could probably sneak out. If I get out of there by 5:30, I could probably sneak out and make it by 7 o'clock. But I'll be checking scores. I'll be very quietly, like over in the corner, checking on my phone. I'll be listening to Austin and Drew and hear what they're talking about. I got the app. You know what I mean? I do have the 97.7 ESPN The Zone app on my phone, so I'll be able to maybe kind of sneak a little listen over in the corner in my tux.
I tell you something cool, Thom. We talked about earlier in the year about y'all's coverage area.
Mm-hmm.
We went to Fort Payne Monday night for a JV game, and on our way we were listening to I want to say it was Steve Moulton, West Neighbors, and as we were in Rainsville in DeKalb County, and 97.7 was coming in loud and clear, and I told our coach, I said, guys, this is what's amazing. If people are listening on 97.7 in DeKalb County, they're hearing Buckhorn football on Friday nights.
Yep.
And like you said with the app, you can be anywhere in the world and you're hearing Buckhorn football. You're hearing our sponsors advertising, whether it be Logan Hoffman or the Stoltz Group or David Norwood Realties and Sheila Swaim team, all those sponsors that sponsor, Buckhorn football. You're hearing their advertisements in DeKalb County and Scottsboro and all over North Alabama. And that's, when you really sit back and stop and think about it and the relationship we have with you guys, that's great publicity for our program as we move forward.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, and we have loved the relationship, and looking forward to this sprint to the playoffs here in these next 6 weeks, and it'll be good stuff with good Buckhorn football for sure. Coach, I appreciate you so much. Good luck on Friday night, and I will be tuning in.
All right, Thom, we'll see you. Best wishes to your daughter.
All right, thank you. There you go, Coach Matt Patterson. I love this guy. I mean, I really do. I wish him the best. He's going to have some success there. It just takes a minute, man. Takes a minute, but he is going to have some success there and get that program rolling. And they've got everything in place there really to be able to win, and they're going to get it done. We're going to get a break in here. We'll come back with more right after this. It's the Thom Abraham Show. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Ann Adams with Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate is the one name to know if you're buying or selling real estate. With years of local experience, Ann Adams offers buyers in-depth knowledge of the local housing market and will narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in so you can save time when shopping for your new home. If you're ready to sell, Ann offers a seamless process using accurate pricing and expert negotiation skills to make sure you get a fair price for your home. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or log on bhhsriserealestate.com.
AVIQ. Who is AVIQ? AVIQ is audiovisual the intelligent way, where we put our IQ to work for your AV needs. With more than 100 years combined experience in audio, video, and automation, our team of experts is dedicated to one thing, helping you discover technological solutions that make your home special. Once you experience a game or a movie on one of our state-of-the-art home theater systems, you may never leave the house again. AVIQ can build the entire system for you or provide the quality components if you're a do-it-yourselfer. But AVIQ is more than just home theater and state-of-the-art sound systems. We offer a variety of control options for home technology. Energy efficiency, heightened security, and improved quality of life are all attainable through the automation of home systems. Intuitive and user-friendly control is our main priority in designing a system that meets your needs. Don't just take our word for it. You need to see it to believe it. Come visit us at our state-of-the-art showroom on University, just east of Jim and Nick's, across from AT&T, or visit aviqhsv.com.
Normally, when you call a roofing company, all you hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Since 1965, the folks at Fleming have been focused on what you need, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement, commercial or residential. And when it comes to storm damage, you want Fleming on your side. They know all the ins and outs of insurance claims and will guide you through the entire process. Log on FlemingHSV.com and book your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Do you know that your car or truck or SUV may be worth up to 30 or 40% more than it was last year? It's true. Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford, and now is the perfect time to trade in, trade up to a gold certified or blue certified pre-owned car, truck, SUV, or crossover. While our new vehicle inventory continues to build back, our Ford Blue Advantage certified pre-owned vehicles are nearing 100 models to choose from, and a good variety too. Woody Anderson Ford Gold certified vehicles are 6 years or younger with less than 80,000 miles and have passed a 172-point inspection by factory certified technicians. They have a 14-day, 1,000-mile money-back guarantee, a great comprehensive limited warranty, 24-hour roadside assistance, and go home with full tank of gas and a fresh oil change. Get nearly a new ride and none of the worries. Woody Anderson Ford, Jordan at Sparkman. Hope to see you soon.
Hey friends, Eli Gold here for Environmental Comfort Systems. If you're concerned about the air quality inside your home, give my friend Rick Smith a call at Environmental Comfort Systems. Their indoor air quality systems remove 99.9% of indoor air contaminants. Give the trusted professionals at Environmental Comfort Systems a call or visit them online at envcomfort.com and see how comfortable you can be. Breathe cleaner air today. Environmental Comfort Systems, Alabama license number 92314.
This is Wes Neighbors talking to Chris Haygood of Bob Wallace Appliance. Chris, what sets you apart from other appliance dealerships?
Wes, these appliances are going into the most used room in your house, your kitchen. The way we have these appliances displayed, it's easy for you to visualize how they'll look in your home. Wes, what sets us apart is the people. They're well trained. In fact, they live and breathe these appliances. And if you need service, you'll really appreciate our parts department.
Contact Bob Wallace Appliance at 256-533-2121.
One of the best-kept golf secrets in the Tennessee Valley is Cherokee Ridge. Cherokee Ridge truly offers golf at a higher level with immaculate greens set against a spectacular Appalachian backdrop. This 18-hole championship course takes every advantage of rolling hills, whispering woods, lakes, and streams. Interested in becoming a member? Their membership plans feature affordable options for couples, families, and individuals. Book your tee time today, 256-841-4551. Cherokee Ridge. Championship quality, affordable prices.
TOC Sports has been there for you. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what does that mean? It means for more than 20 years, Alabama's largest orthopedic group has been there providing coverage and care to more schools and student athletes in the Tennessee Valley than any other group. It means whether you are the star football player, the all-region volleyball ace, or someone who hurt their knee in a weekend pickup basketball game, TOC Sports physicians are proud to have the opportunity to care for all your orthopedic needs. It means for parents, coaches, athletes, desk jockeys, or even weekend warriors, TOC Sports physicians continue to meet and exceed the orthopedic and sports medicine needs of our community. But most importantly, during these challenging times, we're here for you now and will continue to be here. So as long as there are players on the field, games to be played, and contests to be won, the orthopedic specialists from TOC Sports will be ready to help. We don't know what the future holds, but you can count on the TOC Sports team to stay committed to you so you can stay in the game. Call 256-539-2728 today and ask to see a TOC Sports physician. Check them out online, also Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Your favorite sports book, BetUS.com, is back for their 28th year of NFL action. With the industry's biggest sign-up bonus of up to 200%, BetUS offers their members the opportunity to cash in on all your favorite leagues, including college football and the NFL. They've also got hundreds of new casino games, including the coolest European slots, and their live dealers are waiting for you at the tables. Sign up at BetUS.com and use the promo code WZZN. That's BetUS.com and the promo code WZZN.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. Flickering lights and hot switches can be annoying, but they can also signal a major problem, or worse, an electrical emergency. So play it safe and leave it to the experts at Mr. Sparky. Trust our team of professional, clean, and friendly electricians. We'll get it done right and get it done safely.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
Follow the Tide right here. Hi, this is Chris Stewart of the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Your home of all things Bama is 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Roll Tide.
And the anthem is brought to you by our good friends at North Alabama Mortgage. Tell you what, North Alabama Mortgage, they're going to help you get pre-approved. Because that's what you need to get your offer accepted these days. Very competitive buying market out there, home buying market out there. You want to be pre-approved. And when you're pre-approved, you can walk right in and you can get that offer accepted, a much better chance of getting that offer accepted because you're ready to close. When you're pre-approved, you're ready to close. So Brian Hammaker and his team standing by to help you with that. It doesn't matter either whether you're in Tennessee or Florida or in Alabama. They're going to help you get that done. So check that out at NorthAlabamaMortgage.com. That's NorthAlabamaMortgage.com. All right. Congratulations to Randolph wide receiver Grayson Davenport earning the Huntsville Player of the Week from AL.com. 75% of the 8,627 ballots cast for the North Alabama Player of the Week, or Huntsville Area Player of the Week. Davenport with 13 catches for 289 yards and 4 touchdowns last week in that game against Westminster Christian, which you heard right here on our air. 53-20 victory for the 4-1 Raiders, who have won 4 in a row. Now he got 6,500 votes in that deal, so congratulations to him for that. All right, let me get to the lines. Brandon is up. Brandon, welcome to the show. How are you?
Man, that was great. I enjoyed that all about your boys this morning. I laughed so hard. It reminds me of so many of my friends.
I always wonder about doing a bit like that because there are certain listeners that are going to chide me for not just stick to sports, and we don't care about your family, and we want you, they want me to break down the footwork of the left tackle, at Utah State or something, and I can't do that show. I mean, I've been doing this for 25 years, and that show bores me. Certainly, I've got sports takes, and I'm going to talk about a lot of the sports takes that are out there, but this show has always been a show about the show. And there's a reason why it's been the Thom Abraham Show, and for 25 years. It's been the Thom Abraham Show. So there's a lot of Thom Abraham in the show. So I'm glad that you appreciate it. Obviously, Philip appreciated it, and some of the other listeners like it, and some hate it. And those that hate it, what can I tell you? Hang on another 4 or 5 years, and I'll be retired. Don't worry about it.
Well, did you have to tell the Abraham boys that y'all were on a alcohol limit? Otherwise, you are cut off from the wheel.
My sons are very responsible that way.
Okay.
The second oldest one doesn't drink at all. The oldest one, he'll have a few pops, but he's responsible. Plus, he'll have his kids and stuff with him, so he won't be drinking at all, I'm sure. They'll have open bar tomorrow at the wedding, and there'll be open bar tonight at this cocktail party reception thing. I don't even know what the hell they call it. It's supposed to be a rehearsal dinner, and 130 people are showing up. So I guess we're rehearsing the entire wedding is being rehearsed tonight, including most of the people that are, there's 200 people coming to the wedding, and 130 people are coming tonight to this reception-y thing. But they all have hotels close by, within a mile or so of the venue where the wedding is taking place. And so I believe, and Captain Cool is very responsible. He probably won't drink at all. I worry about one of them, the musician, with the long hair and the wild hair across his ass. I worry about him a little bit, but one of the other boys will haul him back to the hotel if they need to. He works at Jack Daniels besides, you know what I mean?
Well, that's funny. The whole don't use the back door. That's probably why he didn't park the RV at the barn. Probably why. I think it's probably rocking. If y'all check the security camera on it, probably got a little seismic activity on that thing last
There
night.
are cameras. There are cameras here.
We should check the cameras.
We got to ask the owner.
I know he had a guest. All right, I'm just going to say that about that. He's a 23-year-old viral young man. I know he had a guest, and that I bet is part of the reason why he didn't just go into the radio station and crash there.
Oh, no, you don't want that on camera. No.
That's true.
He's too smart for all that.
Well, here's my other concern. I'm going to be totally honest with you. Here is a big concern of mine. He and his brother and his girlfriend are staying at the same hotel we are. We have a block of rooms, and there's a room that they are taking. Now, my 83-year-old parents are in one of these rooms, one of these blocks of rooms, and they are very big on not shacking up, if you know what I'm saying. So so they think that John and Danny have a room that has 2 queen beds in it. What they don't know is that John's girlfriend will be there with him. And I have to, and I have to convince my parent. He has to do one of 2 things. He either has to sneak her in and out, or I have to convince my parents that my 24-year-old son and my 25-year-old son are sleeping in the same bed, and the girl is in the other bed. You know what I mean? Yeah. I have to convince them of something along those lines, because my sister's daughter will be there with her boyfriend, and she's in her 20s too. And I know that my father has already made it very clear that her boyfriend will be staying in a completely different room in the cabins that my whole family is moving to after the wedding. He thinks that her boyfriend is going to stay in a different room than his granddaughter. It's just going to be a little dicey.
Who is paying to feed 130 people tonight? There was not 130 people at both football games that I held the chains for yesterday, which is what I end up doing at every game, every week.
Well, the thing tonight isn't a dinner. It's we're having dinner. 13 of us are having a dinner that my father will probably pick up the tab. I'll fight him for it, but he'll probably pick up the tab for that. 13 of us are doing that. And then the thing tonight is a cocktail party. So it's going to be just like finger food and an open bar. It's really not a dinner. And then tomorrow, the wedding, you'll have 200 people at the wedding, and my son-in-law is basically paying for that, because he is my son-in-law to-be is paying for the lion's share of that because he's loaded.
Well, let us know if your dad calls you during the wedding.
Yeah. All right, man. Appreciate you. Yes, Captain Cool is the same son who works at Toyota Field. Kramer wants to know. It's not Mick Cool. It's Captain Cool. Coming up next is Chuck Oliver. The boys will have you tomorrow for Football Friday. I'll talk to you Monday. Have a great night, everybody.